Hi, welcome to another episode of Christian Capitalism, brought to you by Todd's Help, where the conversations are all about God, motivation, and money, helping you and me to do good, to do well, to do good for the glory of God. That's what it's all about, God, motivation, and money for the glory of God. And today we're going to talk about something that is very important to me. It's the concept of tools. You know, what separated man from the rest of the animals God created? It was tools, his ability to use them. And what do tools do? Well, a hammer, saw, wrench, whatever you may think of. Even the earliest cavemen, the tools they used, they amplified their efforts. If they had to get meat off of the bone, it was a lot easier when they had a sharp rock, right? Okay, and that developed. My dad once saved a man from drowning in a lake behind my house. The lake was 4 feet deep. The man was well over 6 feet tall. He'd fallen out of his boat and he was splashing around. My dad simply said, "Relax and stand up." He had everything he needed, but he wasn't aware of it, okay? Sometimes that effort comes from the outside. A good team can help you to be aware of the tools you have at your disposal. If you don't know how to use those tools, you better find people that know how to use them. You could give me all the contractor's tools in the world. You could throw the blueprints right there, and I could go to work and try to build me a house. I'm not too sure how it would turn out because I don't have that skill set. That wasn't one of my gifts. It wasn't something I developed. So physical tools. Let's go to the mental tools. What are the mental tools? The mental tools are how you think. You know, to read, write, meditate on plans and thinking. And then you have spiritual tools. We're going to share a little bit of time on that. And today I'm going to give you 2 examples of financial tools. You know, a tape measure is a tool that helps you to measure something, okay? Well, these financial tools are exactly like that tape measure. They're going to help you to measure the difference between one asset and another asset in terms of what you're trying to get accomplished, okay? Today we're going to talk about when you have money in a bucket, whether it be a 401k, cash value life insurance, Roth IRAs, stocks, whatever it may be. When you get to the point where you got to start taking money out of it to live on, okay, that's the distribution phase. Here's the tool I want you to understand. You need to understand the tool I call the 3 R's, okay? One is rate of withdrawal. How much money can I take out and make sure that that money, if I take it out of that asset, is going to live as long as I do, and I won't run out of money. Okay, you got to be careful about that. See, when stocks are going up and down, people say don't take more than about 3 to 4%, okay, because of the volatility. Now, there's some assets you can take more like 6 and 7%, all right? They're designed for that particular purpose. So, rate of withdrawal. The second is the rate of taxes, how much you pay when you get it out. When you look at a big old account that's got a bunch of money in it, but how much is really yours and how much actually belongs to the federal government, okay? So, you have to know what the rate of taxes is when it comes out. And finally, the third R is the rate of interest. What is the return on it? The rate of interest, the rate of taxes, the rate of withdrawal. You have to use those 3 tools to evaluate one asset versus another one when it comes time to take the money out to live on, okay? The other tool I call CEV, cash equivalent value. And that basically means, what if I look at an asset that is in let's just use an example of a Roth IRA, or cash value insurance, and I have $500,000 in there, and I've done the math, and I can take out 6% a year and make it last throughout my lifetime, okay? If I have an IRA, it better be $1 million because of the tax rates that it's affected by and how much the percentage of withdrawal I can take out of it is, okay? So those 2 things are important. So when you look at those 2, you say, well, one's $1 million, one's $500,000, but if I judge it by the tool of cash equivalent value, then I'll see it in a different light. And that's what I want you to do. Tools are just things you can use to amplify your efforts. Remember, we go back to the beginning, right? The caveman could have just ripped that meat off with his hands. But if you use tools, you can really see it for what it is. You can make better decisions. That's what it's all about. And just always remember that, okay? Use the tools God gave you. And remember what Uncle Phil always says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. God bless. See you soon.